You duh, yeah, you duh. You down with A.I.P? Yeah, you know me. Anything is possible to create the key. On the mic, I'm the truth, no fantasy. Podcast flow, old school vibe guaranteed. A.I.P, every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. Jumped on the beat like a classic cassette. Late night talk, the vibe you won't forget. Dropping wisdom gems, the grind is set. Every story told, ain't no limits met. You open the mind, the world opens wide. On this podcast, real thoughts collide. From the cooks in the kitchen to the suits we chide. Dreams get bigger when the truth's supplied. Sip on success like it's poured in a mug. Real talk, no BS, no need for a shrug. In your ear like an anthem, snug as a hug. Tune in, feel the buzz, plug after plug. A.I.P, every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. A.I.P, every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. 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 Watch how it grows.
Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I sat down with Big Brother. Don't like those RFIDs. Got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny. I got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny. I sat down with Big Brother and the national ID. Don't want a chip in my wallet, chip in my car. And if I want to travel, it's nobody's business how far. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me.
All you ever hear about in this country is our differences. It's all they ever talk about. Politicians and the media always pushing the things that separate us, things that make us different. That's the way the ruling class operates in any society. They divide the rest of the people. They keep the lower and the middle classes fighting with each other so that they, the rich, can run off with all the fucking money. Fairly simple thing. Fairly simple thing happens to work. Anything that's different about us, you know that's what they're pushing at you. Racial differences, religious, ethnic, national backgrounds, jobs, income, education, social status, sexuality, anything they can do to keep us fighting with each other so that they can keep going to the bank.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club.
Keep it home, baby.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
This country starts early. It works hard. It stays focused. It keeps moving. It stands ready. And it carries the weight. Strong coffee for a strong nation.
Welcome everybody back to the A.I.P channel where anything is possible. Make sure we got volume going. Yeah. There it goes. Yeah, I can hear myself. I knew it was good now, but I just couldn't hear myself, so it messed me up there. Appreciate y'all being here on New Year's Eve. My mic adjusted here a little bit better. We got chat rumbling already on the Rumble. What's up, Carl Sweets? Herschel? Mr. Strange? Yeah. That's Master Splinter doing George Carlin. I found it a while back and thought it was hilarious, so I had to put it in there. But yeah, that is a rat. Want to have some fun tonight before algorithm gets off going. I'll be busy tomorrow night, so I won't be able to do any shows tomorrow night. So, start the new year off. And I want to do something, though. Kind of year in, have a little fun. Got a lot of serious stuff to talk about. Kind of might upset some people. We'll see. But come on. Got the cat. I was looking for. I got another Carlin video I was gonna play. I don't remember where I shoved it. I got all these different folders. Where did I shove Carlin? There's an old Carlin video too. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Let me look one more time. Let me look one more there. I don't know. Oh well. Oh well. It'll be all right. Yeah, I'm going to start my tech folder today. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Hope you all enjoying. Going to be ready for the holidays. It's just going to be me tonight. Jamie and Whitney got stuff they're doing, and Dave and his wife's doing stuff, so it's all good. I can swing it solo. I know we'll all have fun either way. Talk some crap. We share this right here. We'll just dive right on in. I seen this. The Nokia CEO says that by 2030, smartphones will be implemented directly in our bodies as 6G becomes fully operational. That sounds good.
About 6G earlier, which is...
I did it again. Let me fix my sound. I don't like... Tuesday nights I have gym, so I have to rush. And I hate rushing.
Around 2030. I would say that by then...
Let's start this over. Bam.
About 6G earlier, which is around 2030. I would say that by then, definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual kind of the most common interface.
Wow.
Many of these things will be built directly into our bodies. About 6G.
Who's ready for the smart body? I like to have a not hurting body, but I don't know about having a smart body. That right there kind of scares me a little bit. If they for sure put all this technology in, guarantee they can track you because they can track you with your phone as it is. Not going to be good. Get back, cat. They're both trying to be part of things tonight. They're going to be something else tonight. Got this video talking about what it's like to live 400 yards from Meta's massive data center.
This is where I fill up water for storage.
Those are the things we have to fill up to flush the toilets.
So you can see the sediment from the data center. Wow, and that's just from the water coming out of your faucet.
Yeah. And this is what's in all the pipes. It's overwhelming because you really feel like you are up against this huge wall that you can't penetrate. There's nothing that you can do, and they don't care.
I'm here in Mansfield, Georgia, driving by Meta's new 2 million square foot data center facility. Facilities like this are being used to power things like ChatGPT and other AI tools that are becoming integrated into our daily life.
Data centers, going to be a very hot item.
This entire supercomputer is built to power Grok.
We see data centers as the most exciting asset class.
Meta is building a 2 gigawatt plus data center that is so large it would cover a significant part of Manhattan.
But data centers come with big costs, from light and noise pollution to the environmental impacts to the potential rising costs of energy bills. These facilities put extraordinary demand on the power grid and require entirely new infrastructure.
Oh my God. They should be responsible for that, not us.
Search the internet for profits that Meta has made, Amazon, Microsoft. They can afford to pay for their own generation.
Your house is here and the data center's right there.
It's less than 400 yards.
Beverly and Jeff Morris bought their home an hour's drive from downtown Atlanta in 2016, but their roots in the community run much deeper.
Being in the country has always just been my peace and my therapy. When we found this place, we decided that this was it. It was perfect.
I was actually raised probably 5 miles from here. It felt like coming home.
The data center that's now the Morris's next door neighbor happens to be owned by Meta, the company you know for Facebook and Instagram, but has also been breaking into artificial intelligence. They started construction on this data center campus in 2018.
Definitely changed everything. They destroyed the environment, taking down all the trees across the road.
Beautiful pines, beautiful forest.
The light pollution is...
You don't have to have a night light in the house. You can walk around the house at night and see everything. It's that bright.
That's got to be terrible. Absolutely terrible. Just especially the light pollution. I mean, and the water is messed up too. But I mean, I said that light pollution, man, you won't be able to sleep. You'd have to black out curtains all your whole damn house. Terrible. Poor people moved out way out in the country. And 1 second. Damn cat. About to cut my outlet strip off. She's laid on the outlet strip. Damn animals. Yeah, that can't be. Feel sorry for those people. And they're moving more and more in everywhere. So we got to, I know, they're moving another one kind of close to me. They're trying to fight it, though. They're closer today where it's moving in. So, but they're trying to fight it. They're trying to push it where it won't come in. And I doubt they get what they want, but because this is what the powers that be want. They want all these centers, even though we don't have the infrastructure to even power the damn things. They don't care. I bet the AI centers will have power before the damn cities will. Wait a minute. I was like, man, why don't we have no chat here? I was wondering why. I was like, man, nobody talking at all. But then I seen it had 20 on up here. It got scrolled up. Hello is not available. Glad you're here. I thought this was pretty cool. This is kind of a cool idea. Like if you want to build your computer, and if you kind of into steampunk or something like that, this would be a hellacious idea. I want to. I follow the dude's channel on Twitter. I mean, just to follow along. I want to see that. I want to see the end results on this. But check this out.
Hey folks, welcome back to my cast iron radiator gaming PC build. This is a 50 kilogram Victorian radiator, and if I turn it round, you can see I've actually mounted all of the components underneath. I've also today started the plumbing. Now let me show you the bottom so you can see what's going on. You can see all of the parts there. So we got our power supply, motherboard with the water block and the GPU over there. And I've started laying out the plumbing for the underneath. And by the time I've plumbed it all in, this entire thing is going to be covered in copper pipes. And it's going to be pretty crazy. So follow along if you want to see where this goes. Hey folks, welcome back to my cast iron radiator gaming PC build. This is a 50 kilogram Victorian radiator.
Yeah. Some of that old money can still, it's. I know. I might have a video. Somebody was. I don't know if I shared it on my Twitter or Facebook, but there's a guy. He was holding out. They were trying, like, you name the price and we'll pay it, kind of deal. He had a bunch of acreage and he's holding out. The only bad thing is, like, a lot of the old money is like, once that generation passes, that's when the kids are like, we're not as attached to that land as dad was, and they'll sell it after that. So if they hold out, I know the mining industry, I know local mining industries like that. I know a bunch of land that, man, they were wanting to try to get to mine for years and years, and then finally the kids are like, once the dad passed away, then the kids let them go in there and mine it, and it's one of them things. What's up, Mr. Duffy? I hate that you've been sick. You have to take your time, man. I'm sure you will be better by then. You'll be good by next Wednesday. It's going to be fun. Next Wednesday, going to be lots of Bigfoot talk, Bigfoot stories, footage, videos. It's going to be fun next week. So make sure y'all come back next week.
This is absolutely insane. Watch. I need to go to Home Depot, but after I go to Home Depot, I also have to supercharge. So can you find me a supercharger and a Home Depot that are close together, that are close to my location? And then after I supercharge, I want to get some coffee, but I don't want to go to Starbucks or anything. I want to go to a nice mom and pop shop. So can you find me one of those after I supercharge and after I go to Home Depot, and then route me to all of those?
Found a Home Depot at 391 College Heights in Watertown, about 2.4 miles away, and the supercharger at 21182 Salmon Run Mall Loop West, just 0.1 miles from there. After that, Chrissy Bean's Bakery and Cafe at 1316 Washington Street for a nice local coffee spot, open till 2. Routing you to Home Depot first, then supercharger, then coffee.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me know if you need anything else.
And then after it does that, I can just click start self-driving and it will drive me to all of those locations completely hands-free. I mean, if that doesn't have you speechless, I don't know what will.
Y'all gonna jump on and let it drive you around? Yeah, I'm good too, Mr. Duffy. There's no way there ain't no way I'd have a Tesla or any of those vehicles. It might do it, Carl. Yeah, it's gonna. No, there's no way I would get in one of them things. I always wanted to build my own electric. Like I watched a video last night, I think, at whatever late or night before. I don't know. Days blur together, but where somebody took a Nissan Leaf and put it in a Ford Comet wagon. We put all the electric motor in the back and batteries in the front. It was kind of cool and everything. I always want to do something like that. It'd be kind of cool to have a electric, like, go to town vehicle kind of thing. But I don't want one of the ones they can control and cut off. I was watching what's that new movie? I was talking about this the other night at 1 second. I'll stop brain farting. Well, I'll never stop brain farting. Just how it is. If you hadn't, it's just New Year's Eve, Miss Karen, and I just didn't. I got stuff I'm gonna do on New Year's Eve, so that's why we just came. I popped up on tonight, and appreciate you being here. I figure I come on tonight and do the end of the year show, and then tomorrow night, just enjoy the day. Yeah, this holidays and Christmas being on the Wednesday, and because last year I didn't even do a show, like Christmas and New Year's I didn't even do a show because it was right there at the holiday. This year I just want to do a day early so we can actually keep it in. Yeah, I understand. But yeah, I was watching the Naked Gun movie, the new one. I don't know if y'all seen it yet, but the spoilers alert. One of the things that happened on it was the guy had an electric car, and they used it to kill somebody. They just took over the control of the car and ran it off a cliff. Locked the doors so they couldn't open the doors, and took over driving, and then poop. So it looked like somebody had an accident with these. Yeah, it's really really stupid. It's one of them stupid movies. Like all the humor and everything, just over the top ridiculousness. But yeah, I'd say watch it for the. I don't know. I hate that now that I'm watching movies for, what's the contents of what they're showing us right now, and that one there just really there's a lot of symbolism in it. Absolutely. Of course they they had to embarrass Liam in it at one point and all kinds of stuff, but it gives homage. If you're not skewed on the movies, it does give homage to the original ones. They got some funny parts that just it reminds you of the old ones, but all the other stuff, like I said, all the other the backstory of the movie with all the tech and all that stuff is going on, the murder, and it really makes me go about are they letting us know what's going on? It is, Mr. Duffy. It is a I love, and the bad thing is I've seen so much of it now. Like I love movies. I got probably several hundred DVDs and stuff like that, and it's like it's sad now because I go back and look at stuff, and it's like, damn, look at this. Like, damn. Like I talked about before, like Iron Man 3 for sure is sitting there poking at, at 9/11, with the Mandarin is fake and it's somebody else about pulling the strings behind there, and it was ridiculous how much it really truly, you know, paralleled what we had going on. But yeah, no Teslas for me. We've been talking food. I saved this video because we've been talking food and prepping and that kind of stuff. And I thought this was kind of cool concept. You know, using hydroponics, but you know, if you don't have the space and all that kind of stuff, you just use a fish tank.
Have you heard about this? You can actually grow veggies in a fish tank. It's called aquaponics, growing plants and raising fish together. You can even grow ginger and garlic right in your tank to purify the water and cut down on how often you need to change it. Here's how. Take some aluminum wire, cut it to size, and wrap it around a piece of ginger. Bend both ends into hooks so you can hang it on the edge of your aquarium. For garlic, find a small round object about the same size as a garlic bulb. Wrap the wire around it, twist the ends together to make a perfect circle, then bend the ends into hooks. Now your garlic can hang right in the tank. Ginger and garlic help prevent fish fungus and reduce bad odors. You can even grow sweet potatoes or other plants this way. It looks beautiful and helps keep your tank water stable and clean. Follow me for more unique DIY plants.
Yeah, I never had any of the food that's aquaponics and all that, but I don't know how much it tastes. I've heard it on some of them. It waters the taste, I think, but I don't know. Must be some hellacious shit. Like I said, it's doing all this tech stuff and this fun stuff on the beginning, and we'll get into serious. I hit serious moments. Thought this was kind of cool.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
Maybe it's just my headphones sounding funny. I don't know. That was pretty neat. I always wanted to. I always wanted to get one of them old school TVs, like this, that's big as a freaking recliner or whatever, and like put a modern TV inside of it, and so you could have like the modern picture, but you had the cool old school box around it. Just gut it basically and mount a newer TV in it. I want to do it simple. I've always thought about doing that. I remember as a kid, I used to have one with the little bunny ears on top and a damn aluminum foil around the damn antennas and shit. Well, that's cool. I ain't never messed with one of these old TVs, but I've seen them a bunch of times at the antique store. I thought it'd be cool. Be cool though. burger bot. Check this out for the $20.
The patty in the bun was placed in the back by a chef. As you get to the automation, you're going to see that the machine will sense that the machine, there's a camera there. It reads the barcode, tells you exactly what it is that you order. Now, this machine will cut onions, lettuce, tomatoes, and pickles fresh. So, and place it onto the burger. So the first step is going to be the lettuce. And then the onions. It's going to pick up the pickles. And then after that, it's going to go pick up the tomatoes. And then place it onto the burger. The great thing about this is that as it's placing onto the burger, the machine tells you at the end of the day how many onions, lettuce, tomatoes, and pickles was used in a day, how many burgers ran through.
I'm watching what their people were trying to make $20 an hour to make burgers. Here's a new machine that's going to replace them, so they don't have to worry about it. Which they're probably going to do that anyway.
Can be tailored to the customer's demand. The last part,
even if they hadn't chopped prices up.
Burgers only better. We'll close the clamshell. The fries will automatically come up. Bob will grab the fries. Place it onto the tray. At which point we're done. That's your burger.
Yeah. Robot burgers. And speaking of TVs.
Okay, let's go.
Come on now. Work like I want you to work. You don't need no music. I'm probably going to get banked on the other one. I'd like to have one of these now. It'd be kind of cool. Watch fights in the backyard on a big screen. Drone TV. Robot. Mountain. Berry mountain. It's amazing.
Next time you want to get a firearm, your wife tells you already have too many, use this as the go-to video. I've got AKs, I've got 300 Win Mags, Falco Defense, Rock Driver Arms, Meridian Defense AKs, a bunch of ARs, several 50 BMGs, got the Vector Arms RPD,
Several BMGs.
several pistols, a bunch of sub guns. Got that old school Tech 9. Got the gold guns.
They're probably going to knock me on the music.
Just picked up the Micro Uzi the other day. Great sport, has been able to shoot anytime I want. Next time you want to get a fire.
I bet it's a lot. I think I got the. If I don't have the other video, I'm gonna be mad at myself. There's a guy with a man cave, which was ridiculous. But this thing costs like $300 just because it's damn Milwaukee. But it's a Milwaukee pizza cutter, like a skill saw. I'm looking up real quick. Oh, here it is. You want to see how many $1 million that guy had? Check out this guy right here.
And touch the sound of silence.
Now we can't. I know we're gonna get danged on that. This guy right here is I don't know what he did before he retired, or he's not retired, or what the hell. He's got a hell of a room. Well, a whole basement. This is basement. His house, either his house is super small. He's got like an 800 square foot house on top of this, or this house is just monster. Absolutely crazy. I don't know how much money that sucker's got tied in that. That's a couple $1 million for sure. Yeah, exactly. Here's a Grand Theft Auto gun shop scene. I saw. Well, this was in the Discord. I've seen that. That's where I can see this on the Discord. I figured I was gonna pull up and talk about it. I even pulled up the actual. I think I did, or did I see this one? Oh, this is two different ones. I got a patent over here for something else. But yeah, this was pretty neat. I'm combining two videos. Put too much stuff in my brain. A lot of these I've looked at before when I was doing studies on some of my shorts and stuff. It's incredible all the stuff they've patents and just the age of when they had them. Stuff they had in the 50s. Tropical cyclone formation. Where was that? 1956. Yeah, I think you posted Sweets. I got another video too. Is on this Google Play. I don't know if I video. But I do have the patent on another thing. I want to talk about too in just a second. But yeah, that's in the 50s. Talking about forming cyclones, tropical cyclones. Silver iodide cloud seeding, 60s. Here's one here, fog dispersing method and compositions. And we just had all that crazy fog not earlier in the year. 1971 they could make fog. Crazy, this is already in the 70s here. It's still Here's 77, July 12, method of controlling and improving high latitude and other communications or radio wave surveillance systems. So they're improving surveillance systems in the 70s, 77. Well, for all that rain they're getting out of California, that's where it's coming from, some of this. Nuclear-sized explosions without radiation. They were working on in '89. They have a patent for it. Cloud seeding. Another method of cloud seeding. Tropical cyclone disruption. So they're messing with. We'll do like Operation Popeye and run a freaking hurricane up through Georgia. That's something interesting right here. Use of artificial satellites in Earth's orbit adaptively to modify the effect of solar radiation with ours I have on Earth's weather. So they're working on that in '98. Method of modifying the weather. Like I was just saying, method of modifying the weather. Method of modifying the weather. Hurricane or tornado control device in 2001, November 2nd. And any of these numbers right here on the side, you can put them in and you can pop up the patent with ease. That number right there, take you straight. Just type in patent on your search engine of your choosing and then put in that number and they'll pull up all the details. It'll look just like this tab right here. U.S. patent, all the details. Like this one here, we're going to talk about in a little bit. It's pending. RFID modifications. Weakening a hurricane in 2011. The conspiracy theories are crazy. They don't know what they're talking about. Decrease the local temperature. Aircraft contrail detection. Method device of producing snow. Disrupting hurricane activity in 18. Disrupting tornadic activity. It's crazy what they're playing with. It is kind of catchy, isn't it, Mr. Duffy? Where's Kramos when we need him? Kramos, if he talking, he would have popped on here already. Dinged for it. I hate for this to come out of the show. Spotify been bad about it. Like, hell, stuff will pass by YouTube and then Spotify stopping it. I don't. It is driving me crazy. This is what we need, a drone with a tail. They can attack you or grab you. We're gonna have octopus drones. Crazy. Speaking of crazy, this guy made me laugh. I had to put him on here because this guy made me laugh. Got an electric vehicle. You see the electrical charger in the background. Look what he's doing.
我的乖乖，这咋弄的？愁死我了！
Shake out every little electron there. Oh, pretty good. That's...
这咋弄的？愁死我了！
I don't think that's how it works. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's how it works. All right, here's what the patent I got pulled up. This is what I got pulled up right here. Check this out. And this is a legit patent. First I was like, man, they get the number blocked off with all these damn words and stuff, but I did get the number. And I'll show that just a second after the video.
US 20230225659A1. That is earbuds that are designed
and patented by Apple to literally read your brainwaves, record your brainwaves. Did you know that? Holy smokes. You're not going to believe what these guys have the control to do with these. Check this out. The patent is for a biosignal sensing device using dynamic selection of electrodes. This is absolutely Apple. It is 2023 and it gets not good. Brain activity can be monitored using electrodes placed on the scalp of a user. The electrodes may in some case be placed inside or around the outer ear of the user. Measuring the brain activity using electrodes placed in and around the outer ear may be preferred due to benefits such as reduced device mobility and decreased visibility of the electrodes when compared to other devices. And it goes on. And look, it says for accurate measurement of brain activity using an ear electroencephalography, oh my God, ear electroencephalography, EEG device. The ear EEG device may need to be customized for the user's ear. So it's talking about different sizes, and it gets worse.
And this mic stand just, some days it works good, some days it don't want to do what I want to do. Yeah, but here's the patent right here. For sure, it's Apple. There's a list of inventors on it. Yeah, it's also not just the hearing. It's going to be able to see like the your eyes, everything. What your eyes is doing. I'll try to see where it. I know I read it earlier. I don't remember where I read it at. But you can, like I said, you can check out yourself. Check out the patent right here. Yeah, I'm good on the earbuds. These are wired headphones on my head right now. I do have my Bluetooth headsets. I like the big ones. Well, it ain't Apple. But it's crazy. Crazy what they're doing. Or want to do. Be sure to share this video. This one's kind of cool. What this lady did, and I wonder. I'll ask the question at the end.
Secretly recording everything for 30 years. Meet Marion Stokes. In 1979, Marion began recording TV 24/7, capturing sitcoms, news, and everything in between. She was determined to preserve television history that networks were constantly erasing to save money and free up storage space. As a former librarian and activist, Marion was passionate about access to information.
Those in power are able to write their own history.
She sometimes had as many as 8 tapes spinning away at once, even getting her family in on the act. We'd be out at dinner and we'd have to rush home to swap tapes, recalled her son Michael. By the time she passed away in 2012, Marion had amassed about 71,000 tapes, the only comprehensive collection preserving this period in television media history. Now, the Internet Archive is digitizing her incredible work to make it publicly available. Marion's vision of universal access to knowledge will finally be realized, thanks to her tireless effort of secretly recording everything.
I hate how the video cuts off at the very end. Like, he said some more words, but that's crazy. 71,000.
Access her incredible work.
71,000 videotapes. That's a lot. And I wonder where she was still getting them in 2012. I got a pair off of Amazon. I really like mine. I forget. These right here. They're tough and durable, and I think I paid like $20, $25 for them. The mic's real loud when I try to use it to record with. on podcasts and stuff, but I don't like that part of it. But like using it for everything else and driving with it, and shoot, it's nice. But my ears, I can't put earbuds in anyway. But yeah, and you are right, Mr. Duffy. Technology worship is out of control. It is, I've seen it kind of waking up a little bit. I've seen it, they're talking about not just technology, just items and merch and stuff. Ow! She stabbed my calf. That hurts. Yeah, earbuds don't fit well in my ears because the cauliflower and the damage I've done to them, and then I forget about them. Like I pull them out and put them in my pocket, and then I run them through the washing machine. So I haven't washed my headset, so makes a little bit difference. But I did see guys talking about we don't have like sneakers and stuff like that. People aren't buying the sneakers like they were. They're like, man, this one's made. It's supposed to be like $300 pair of sneakers, and we can only sell them for like $240 or $220 because people ain't buying them. They're finally kind of. I think part of it is just everybody's broke. Everything's so damn expensive. Buy insurance for the car and some food, or buy a $300 pair of sneakers you're going to put on the shelf and look at and make sure he stays clean and spotless. And yeah, hell with all that. Hell with all that. Oh, I'm terrible on laundry and pockets and stuff. Oh, here's the George Carlin video I was looking for. We'll start off our politics with old George real quick, and then we'll get started. Down the rabbit hole we go.
There is no national conspiracy to buy elections and control America.
You don't need a formal conspiracy.
Right.
When interests converge, these people went to the same universities and fraternities. They're on the same boards of directors. They're in the same country clubs. They have like interests. They don't need to call a meeting. They know what's good for them, and they're getting it. And there used to be 7 oil companies. There are now 3. It will soon be 2. The things that matter in this country have been reduced in choice. There are 2 political parties. There are a handful of insurance companies. There are about 6 or 7 information things. But if you want a bagel, there are 23 flavors because you have the illusion. You have the illusion of choice. Right.
There is.
I wonder what that guy says nowadays, or he probably saying the same shit. Probably saying the same crap. I got a lot of stuff on my little politics tab. Like crazy, the Somali stuff with them daycares. I did see a video. I did not get to save. Where was that? It was on Facebook. I didn't get to save it. I didn't have a chance to find it over here so I could have it all in one spot. But it was interesting. It was very interesting. We'll start from the top and we'll just work our way down and see what happens here.
For allegedly trying to help ISIS. The newly uncovered plot comes as
Herschel, you are right there. They do smile when they lie, for sure.
DHS issues a warning urging people to remain vigilant during their New Year's Eve celebrations. Fox News team coverage now. David Spunt has more on the Trump administration's plan to step up security. But we begin with Brooke Taylor, live in Dallas on this Texas terror arrest. Brooke?
Hi, Jackie. Well, federal charges have been filed against this ISIS sympathizer here in Texas. So he's charged with trying to give bomb-making materials to an undercover FBI agent who was posing as an ISIS member. This investigation started back in October when an undercover NYPD officer flagged a social media account belonging to John Michael Garza Jr. The account followed several pro-ISIS pages and commented on ISIS posts. The undercover officer started talking with Garza, who described himself as a 21-year-old Mexican-American living in Texas. Over the course of 2 months, Garza sent ISIS media releases to the undercover agent, including videos of suicide bombings and instructional bomb-making videos. Prosecutors say he also sent small amounts of cryptocurrency to the agent, believing those funds would be used to buy guns and support ISIS. Last Monday, Garza agreed to meet a second person that he believed was an ISIS brother, but was really that FBI undercover agent. He allegedly handed over bomb materials to the agent and explained how to mix the chemicals. He was arrested shortly after that meeting and now faces a maximum of 20 years behind bars if he's convicted. Attorney General Pam Bondi sharing this statement, quote, ISIS's poisonous ideology must be ripped out root and stem. Anyone who tries to commit violence on ISIS's behalf will be found, arrested, and prosecuted. You cannot hide from us. And FBI Director Kash Patel also said, let this case serve as a reminder to anyone planning to attack the United States on behalf of a terrorist organization. You will be brought to justice, he said. Jackie.
Wow, incredible they thwarted that horrific plan. Brooke Taylor, thank you so much.
All right, have fun, stay alert. That's the new guidance from the Trump administration when it comes to safety on New Year's Eve. David Spott has more details for you and your family. He's here in our D.C. newsroom today. Hey, David.
Hey, Jillian. Officials from Boston to New York to San Francisco and also cities large.
I bet you could hit him with a brick and hell, his hair won't move a bit. He's over here like he's got his hair slicked back like Eddie Munster over here.
And small across the country paying close attention always, but even more during big events like this week's New Year's celebrations. Earlier today, officials in Manhattan held a news conference to brief the public on public safety. Watch.
There will be assets that you will see and others that you will not see. The Joint Operations Center will be fully activated with all of our city, state, and federal partners, and personnel there will be actively monitoring fixed and mobile cameras. Intelligence teams will also be monitoring social media for potential threats.
Now, the FBI, Secret Service, police, and sheriff's departments across the country are paying close attention to the next few days in particular. Just this month, a couple of weeks ago, the FBI announced a foiled plot in California where suspects allegedly planned to plant bombs to go off on New Year's Eve at several communities in Southern California. 5 people were taken into custody. And of course, it's been almost 1 year exactly since that attack in New Orleans, just hours after 2025 officially rang in. The suspect drove a truck into a crowd, killing 14 innocent people. You see them right there. He was later killed by police. Authorities are working to keep New Orleans and other cities large and small across the country safe.
Just be vigilant. You should always be aware when you're in large crowds or going to a large event, whether it be New Year's Eve, the Super Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, the America 250, these great events that are coming up. But what terrorists want is they want us to be afraid and they want us to fear and not go out and celebrate our lives and our family and our great country. So don't bend the knee, get out there, go celebrate, but be aware.
Now, everybody watching and maybe listening on radio right now, I've heard this many times, but if you do see something, say something.
Yeah, I've heard, there's who you're talking to right now. So we're going to have to be cautious and be aware for sure, because there's a lot of dumbass people out there that's got the media and everything's got everybody hyped up and overstimulated. And so we do need to be cautious. Very good possibility, some false flags. Also, I did see the Google search on like a terror attack on Disneyland being searched already. I don't know. It's all over the place right now. But if you don't have to go to a big city to go have fun on New Year's, I recommend it. And you are exactly right, Herschel. Absolutely they are aligned. They've been aligned. They've been funding, and we heard them even say before back at several years ago. They were like, well, that hey, we're sending money to ISIS. And like, well, wait a minute, Well, that was the good ISIS. You know, we're helping good ISIS. We weren't helping bad ISIS. Like, what? No. Blue hell. See, Sweets dropped the link on that 45-minute investigation Nick Shirley did. Nick Shirley did a good job, I think. He's, you know, for sure taking a risk going around there and looking at stuff, because them guys, you know, they're making a lot of damn money not doing nothing. I've seen some people talk about this. I guess I'll throw this out here right off the top, you know, and because Israel just backed Somaliland, I think I seen a guy was speculating that was the reason behind it. So that you turn around, and not the big reason behind it, but that's the reason behind the fraud and all this stuff in like Minnesota and everything. All that money is going to get ramped up and head back over there, and basically, pay for Somaliland because that's the goal. The end goal for Israel is going to take all, the Palestinians and shove them over there in Somaliland. That's one of the reasons they are saying that they are a nation. They are actually the first ones to say that Somaliland is a nation, and their sovereignty, and they're backing their sovereignty. And so they turn around, and plus, it's also a great port for Israel. Could actually put ships and stuff like that and a military base on there, and so they can affect the Suez Canal and ships going in and out of it. And it is Sweets. It's another side because the Somali people, they vote together. It's like they're very tight knit group. All of them bad? No. I don't believe everybody in one group of people, none of them, that's terrible mindset. There's bad people in all groups of people. But the Somali, they stay together, and they do. They're tight-knit, and so if they say, hey, we're voting for this person, they go across the board and say, hey, we're all voting, they're all going to get up and vote. And so it is a buying of votes situation. People are getting paid over on this side. They're getting all kinds of stuff for free and letting them do whatever they want to do and not do shit. Must be nice. Must be nice to make a bunch of damn money to sit there and go sit at home and not do nothing, or let's go to a place and hang out and not do your job. It's crazy. But oh yeah, it's the most racist people in the whole world is the rich white liberals, and they're behind a lot of this stuff. They demean they demean all these other races. Like they can't, we need to help these people because they're not they're not smart enough to have internet. They're not smart enough to get an ID. They're not smart enough. And it's amazing to me. So many people don't look at that and go and just absolutely throw a fit, and when you actually understanding what they're saying and why they say it, they got to have the hero they got to be the savior. They got to be the hero. And it's just a bunch of bull.
A problem here when they can't even spell on the side of a learning center, Nick?
Yeah, it's a great question. And I have to give props to the man by the name of David who helped me in this investigation. He's been doing research for years trying to expose this fraud. And nobody has given him the time of day to even talk about this. So with his help and my own investigation, I've known about the fraud taking place for a long time. Minnesotans have been telling me for a long time about the Somali fraud that is taking place. And with his help, we were able to crack over $110 million in fraud in one day. And that's just the tip. When people say it's the tip of the iceberg, it really is, because there's billions of fraud inside the state of Minnesota right now.
Nick, kind of on that topic, you said that I believe you just said his name was David, has been researching this for years. In your experience or in your opinion, just spending the day you spent out there tracking this down, is there any way that this hasn't reached the governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz? I mean, take aside ongoing litigation or what have you, but is there any way that he could claim ignorance on this, just in your experience over this investigation?
Oh, it's so obvious. If you're living in Minnesota, you have to raise your eyebrows and think, what's going on? Literally, if you drive around Minnesota, around Minneapolis, you will see daycare centers, autism centers. You will then see transportation companies that have snow piled up as if they haven't moved in months. And then you also go into buildings where there'll be 20 healthcare companies, 14 and 22, the video that I published on X and YouTube. So it is like a kindergartner could figure out that there's fraud going on.
Nick, one of the most shocking things to me in the video that you posted was the reaction of some of the Somalis that you were interacting with. The one clip where they called the cops on you for simply asking about some of the healthcare companies, the 20 healthcare companies that were located in one building.
Yeah, the healthcare, if you watch that whole 45-minute, I thought about going live and like playing that whole thing, and I didn't do it. Like going during like lunch or something like that. But yeah, go check it out. It's pretty wild, like with the absolute ridiculousness of it all. But some of the videos coming from it though is pretty damn funny.
The Derek Zoolander Center for Kids Who Can't Read Good.
What is this?
A center for ants. Center has to be at least 3 times bigger than this. He's absolutely right.
It's about how big they are at some of them places. You saw like there was just little bitty buildings, little tiny buildings. And a lot of it was, the healthcare was wild. It'd be 3 or 4 in one building. Just ridiculous. This right here has got, I keep talking about like over there in England and stuff. Man, this is.
And has been sentenced to 2 years in prison for this comment on Facebook.
You wrote, because they're over here, given life of Riley off the tax us hard-working people earn when it could be put to better use. Come over here with no work visa, no trade to their name, and then there's more people being put out homeless each year. They get top band priority on housing. You went on to say that you did not want your money going to immigrants who, quote, are kids and get priority, end quote. Although you said that you had no intention of carrying out any act of violence, there can be no doubt that you were inciting others to do so.
There can be no doubt that you were inciting violence for literally just saying objectively true statements.
And we've had similar stuff happen over in the States too, so it's effed up. It's a fun. Omar's husband his company went from worth $1 to $60 billion in a year. It's pretty impressive. That's a great explosion there. He must have worked really hard to get to there and get to that point. I'm sure he did. He worked his ass off. I like this video here. This guy's calling out Trump, and a lot of what he says, it's, I agree.
We are being lied to. And not only are we being lied to, we're being exploited at the highest degree. And then on top of it, we're being replaced with the dollars that we work our fucking asses off to produce for our families. They are taking those dollars, they are bringing in people that fucking hate us, and then they are paying them to be here. And if that doesn't piss you the fuck off, dude, I don't know what will. Because I'm going to tell you this, dude, I've worked my fucking ass off for damn near 30 motherfucking years trying to create jobs and careers and build income and wealth and done all this shit. And these motherfuckers are opening up a daycare and getting $10 million fucking dollars. This is fucking insane, dude. And
with
no
kids.
If this isn't the breaking point for everybody to stand the fuck up and say enough, then our country is fucking doomed. Period. 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 Okay? Donald Trump needs to feel all the fucking smoke over this. All of it. Okay? He needs to feel all of it over Israel. He needs to understand that he is violating the promises that he has made to the American people. Okay? I've always been a guy that has given that man tons and tons and tons of benefit of the doubt. But at this point in time, that shit is fucking over. And every single motherfucker that ever voted for him or stood with him needs to let him fucking know. He needs to let him hear it. Because, dude, I'm telling you right now, if he doesn't do something about this and he doesn't start arresting motherfuckers and he doesn't hold people accountable for the Epstein shit and for this shit and for all the fraud and all the raping that's been going on in the American taxpayer for fucking decades, he will go down, and not as the best president, he will go down literally as the man who had the opportunity to save this country and chose not to.
I can't see nothing he said is false. I know a lot of people other than, other than giving, Trump is that much benefit of the doubt and, never been a super Trumper. Always questioned it back in 2016, especially when there was Hillary versus Trump and, they were at each other's, she was at his wedding and all that kind of shit, I just, it was very questionable in my mind for the whole situation. Always questioned it, but what he's saying is right. If he has the opportunity to fix everything, he has the opportunity to clean a whole bunch of shit up if he wanted to. But looks like instead he's rather get awards for Israel. That's because he's the best friend for Israel ever of all time. Yeah, they are in absolutely they are in bed and.
So this is Quality Learning Center. I meant to say Quality Learning Center.
That's the best part of this whole thing. That was the funniest part right here. It just they gave no shits of like let's do it right. I've been around. I've seen a lot of daycares like run around Memphis. There's daycares. They got even if it's just you don't even have nothing outside. Like they'll have, Mickey Mouse and Snoopy and whatever drawn on the side of the damn building. All these buildings they went to, a lot of places were just like this, just a sign. That's it.
Quality Learning Center. We've arrived to ABC Learning Center. All the windows are blacked out. I would like to check a child in the daycare. Why? Can I speak to a manager? I would like to see if I could bring little Joey, my son, little Joey here. Is there paperwork or can I check out the daycare?
You got $2.66 million this year in funding and $2.5 million last year. We're just wondering where the kids are.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going.
Wow. You're right.
So
that
good.
was the old good journalism. By the way, Fox Digital reached out to that learning center to try and, get a statement from them. And apparently the number doesn't even work. So we did not get a response there.
Well, and we're talking too, some of these different places where you visited and collectively have received millions and millions in state funds. And, I watched the 42 minutes and good for Nick Shirley. And he also was accompanied, I'm forgetting the gentleman's name who was with him, who's done so much research in this as well. The man you can see right there with the papers, who's done just as a citizen. a concerned citizen flagging this, realizing that there's big issues. So it kind of raises a question too. If
you watch the video, this lady's just freaking cat piss smelling bat shit, and she's yelling ICE the whole time. They don't come out, it's ICE. And like, it's like, we're not fucking police. He's nice as he could be to her. Absolutely. It'd been nicer. I couldn't do what they do. I swear, I couldn't do what they do. Because I'd take it to a point and then I'd just let's get blunt. I'd be nice to it as far as I could, and then I'm just like, you are a stupid motherfucker, aren't you? Just
citizens were flagging this years ago, and then it just, why did the government in Minnesota?
I swear all of them look the same. Yeah, Kennedy, Monique, was probably the last great president we had. Here's on top of every fucking thing else.
Tim Walz has, your fantastic governor out there, the retard. We'll get into all the people driving by his house later. But right now, a little bit ago, it wasn't just announced, but this was recently announced, and it goes into effect in 3 days, that taxpayers, as if they don't give enough money to the Somalis in Minnesota at this point, will now be funding family and medical leave to give Somalis and other illegals up to 20 paid weeks off per year to bond with their child. Clip number 9, guys.
Insurance program for you that allows you again to take care of what you need to take care of without being forced to choose between your family, your bonding with your child, your own health, and your economic well-being. Because in Minnesota, you can do both. And we've proved that time and time again.
In Minnesota, you can do both. I mean, I guess on the plus side here, these Somalis don't work anyway, so I guess they don't need 20 paid weeks off per year. They get 52 paid weeks off per year.
I have really bad news for you, Nick.
Oh, no.
A state legislator, a former state legislator, had voiced to me that based on the way the law is written, you might not actually need a job to qualify for the program.
You've got to be kidding.
I know that sounds crazy. I can't tell you the exact details of that but this lawmaker who has been in there for well over a decade, who is now out at this point, but I'm going to actually go over with him a little bit more detail and him describing it to me. But he says the way the law is written, there is a workaround where you can collect this benefit without actually having a job.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be shocked by this. I should not be surprised. This is Tim Walz in Minnesota we're talking about. I should not be surprised by this development. But man, at what point do you say we need to? I'm sorry. Like you say, it's a beautiful state, man. But I'm tired of paying for it. Okay, I want the federal funds cut off to Minnesota until we get a handle on this. Are people in Minnesota, the Patriots that we were talking about earlier, are these people like? Are they ready to stand up against this guy and say, you know what, we've had enough, we're done, and we need to like flip this government on its head out there?
Oh, no, completely. And honestly, and I can tell you, like, the White House has been doing polling on this state for the upcoming midterms, and they are very, very bullish on the opportunity in front of us. We have several great candidates across multiple different offices coming in here, and they believe this fraud issue is going to be a major wedge going into it because, quite frankly, in 2022, the last midterms, we came within 1 percentage point of winning 2 different offices, the AG's office as well as the state auditor, 2 offices that very in particular were heavy on this fraud issue last time, but it just didn't have this level of sunlight on it. If you add now this variable to it, I guarantee you we're going to win Attorney General. We have a very good bullish shot at the governor's office and even the U.S. Senate seat if we have a candidate here jumping in soon. We're very bullish on the opportunities and also the activist space. SEC, our convention here with the top delegates in the state, was completely packed and overflowing with alternates. I mean, people are fired up to fire Tim Walz, and yes, they are ready to stand up. There is no question about it.
We'll see. We'll see.
Tim,
we'll see how it goes for sure. I do wonder, you know, with everything going on in Minnesota, you know, after Melissa Hortman got killed.
I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal that wouldn't include that provision.
DFL Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman emotional following the House's adjournment from a special session Monday. Hortman was the lone DFL lawmaker to cast a vote to cut Minnesota Care access for undocumented immigrants. It's a move she made with a heavy heart.
I did what leaders do. I stepped up and I got the job done for the people of Minnesota.
The bill was deeply unpopular with members of the DFL caucus. Members have repeatedly expressed frustration that the bill was part of a compromise, one that would ensure the necessary GOP votes to pass the rest of the state budget.
We are tremendously disappointed and gut-wrenched at this decision, at this compromise that compromises our communities that are most vulnerable.
Hortman knows she let down her own caucus members with the vote.
They're right to be mad at me. I think some of them are pretty angry. I think that their job was to make folks who voted for that bill feel like crap, and I think that they succeeded.
Over in the Senate, a similar situation unfolded. Senate Majority Leader Erin Murphy forced to vote for a bill she too disagreed with to uphold the integrity of their compromise.
This one hurt. This one is a wound because of its reason. My colleagues across the aisle set this as their number one priority.
Asked whether the move would drive a wedge between her and the rest of her caucus, her DFL colleague, Senator John Marty, quickly stepped to her defense.
As a member of the caucus, she clearly was fighting against that every step of the way. In negotiations, if we wanted a budget, we had to agree to that. She agreed to put up one vote for us because of that.
Reporting in St. Paul, I'm Quinn Gorham.
And 4 days later, she got killed, her and her husband. Oops, man, doggone it. I want to try and do that. So, yeah. Some major stuff going on in Minnesota. And this ain't the only place. I know they're finding corruption in Ohio, Maine. It's got corruption everywhere. It's all over. Will anything get freaking done? I ain't holding my breath. They did fix the sign, though. They put learning, actually spelled learning right, instead of leering. It's pretty damn sad. Couldn't even spell. Here's the guy. He's out there talking about, yeah, they're supposed to, but they turned around and said that it was shut down on the same day. The state's saying they shut down, and this guy here come out there. You know, they had kids in and out, and so they don't even know how to keep their own story going. Let's see if I got that video of both of them. I might not. Oh, it's crazy. I'll watch this video here.
Sorry. Oh, that's even easy. Hello, nice to meet you. Do you live?
I won't say who they're picking at. Well, you tell me.
Here?
Yes.
With your family?
No, I live alone. Sorry.
Oh, that's even easier. This is my house.
What?
Sorry, my English is not very good. Is it fast?
Yes. See?
Is that a Roman city?
I see. You're joking. It's a lovely joke. Because you're Italian, you think that you own this place because...
No, there is no doubt. The Romans occupied England in the 5th century, so anyone of Roman descent has an historic claim to this land. Now leave, my family is waiting outside.
Oh my God, you're serious?
Yes, my god Jupiter proclaimed it. So now back up and peace off, pretty boy.
Your English sounds pretty good to me. Listen. You can't just turn up to someone's house, evict them, and then move in. because you think you're the descendants of someone who lived here thousands of years ago. You know that's ridiculous, right?
Pretty wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hi guys, come in. Anche Jupiterite. Hello.
Yeah, I saw what you put down, and I hate to hear that, Wally, for Bat. Here's what I was talking about earlier.
Judges, the name of the coroner, the name of the streets where the gun was found. So do you guys remember in the Charlie Kirk assassination how weird things were getting searched in Israel? Like Tyler Robinson's name, the name of the judges, the name of the coroner, the name of the streets where the gun was found, and all that stuff was getting searched in Israel, days, weeks, months prior to the attack on Charlie Kirk. And then do you guys remember in Bondi Beach how some really weird things were getting searched in Bondi Beach, terrorist attack? All that was getting searched in Israel right before the terrorist attack. Well, what if I told you that Disneyland and New Year's Eve terrorist attack were getting searched in Israel right now? Would you believe me? Check this out.
I've just been on Google Trends. I'll put it up on the screen. New Year terrorist attack, Disneyland. Get on Google Trends, search it for yourself. It's peaked in Israel. Other things that have peaked: ISIS, Disneyland, ISIS New Year, terrorist attack, Disneyland. There's so many different ones. This is exactly what happened with Bondi Beach, Charlie Kirk, so many other things. We need to share this message, share it out, try and disrupt them, and do not let Google shut down Google Trends, because this has been vital in us catching Israel out with their bullshit false flags.
Of course, it don't verify anything, but it is very, very weird. You keep having this over and over again. The people's names, stuff that's happening to, like with Charlie Kirk and many others. Days before is up on Google Trends, and you can turn around. Of course, that's all it is somebody searching that subject. It is peculiar. It's kind of weird. I don't know. It's crazy. I seen this right here, so I guess be careful. Be careful going in the gas stations too and stuff. I don't use pay at the pump because of these machines. And now they turn around.
Yo?
Yeah. You do your job. So somebody puts an EBT card in there. What do you close your eyes? You don't look?
I don't know.
Well, what do you know?
So the reason we're here is for your food stamp machine. You don't have a license to take food stamps here. That white machine on the counter, the white Valor point of sale machine. You're gonna tell me I don't do EBT? You're sure? Why don't you got your phone, call the owner. Tell him to come on down, we're gonna have a little chat.
And then the extension that they had connected to it.
We'll look at it and see what the AMR is. A small store could generate $1 million in illegal transactions in a year without difficulty at all.
So this is becoming very popular.
Yes, unfortunately it is. How long have you been taking EBT here?
I don't have any EBT.
You don't have EBT? Your sign is you take EBT and you got EBT machine on the counter. And we sent somebody in here earlier today and used EBT.
I don't
Please,
know. I don't know about that. I worked debit credit. I didn't have any EBT. I didn't work. I don't know about the store. I guess.
They're doing a disservice to the legitimate stores that are out there by bypassing the authorization process, and it allows them to commit other crimes using EBT and go undetected.
Hopefully, it's a message to the community that we see the fraud that's going on with the SNAP benefits and EBT benefits, and also it's a message to the community that hey, there are people there out here. The service, our partners with New York City Police Department, USDA, that care about you, that are going to investigate these crimes. It's also a message to the folks that are doing these crimes. people coming for you.
What we do today,
Yeah.
and the totality of the operation, you know,
So
since
this,
the beginning.
so the 39 million is the totality.
What's up, hiker?
Yeah, those are estimates that.
So this acts as the pin capture, as we have on the point of sale. But instead of getting the key logger strokes, as you put it on your point of sale terminal, it will take video. So as it's sitting in the video, looking down at the pin, it's gathering video and it runs constantly. So if you're putting in your code, 1, 2, 3, 4, enter, it's entered on the camera device. Bad guys will retrieve this device, download the video, and then they'll pull out the streaming device that is inside the card reader. So that will sit in the card reader when you input your card. So it'll fit right on the bottom. So when you use your card, acting the same measure as this, as you're swiping through here, except you're getting the data on the deep insert skimming device.
I've seen a bunch of them at gas pumps, but not inside. So this is something new. We can watch both at the same time. I ain't gonna stay up on super long tonight. I don't want. We'll raid. I'll go in a little bit. But yeah, make sure you check your gas pumps for sure. Those are the worst ones. I know that. Reach up there and grab hold of that damn card reader and see if you can shake it if you use gas, because if not, you can pull them off. I wanted to share that, make sure people seen that, because yeah. They have been raiding. The FBI is out there raiding now. See if they actually even do something. I ain't hold my breath, but we'll see. Yeah. Check out this mess. It just keeps getting better in Minnesota.
This morning, Jeremiah Ellison was among the outgoing city council members to get an honorary resolution for their years of service.
So I give my gratitude to the North Side.
But one issue not mentioned, where he's been the final 5 months of his term. Harvard University as a Loeb Fellow. R.J. Coles first broke this story this summer, and it caught some off guard.
His Ward 5 constituents deserve a council member who shows up.
Ellison is splitting his time between here and Cambridge, Massachusetts. He's still earning his $110,000 city salary on top of a $57,000 stipend from Harvard.
Yeah, hiker. If it comes loose, it's for sure a fraud machine, because they'll come up. Loses somebody watching, because they're right there. They can read it. They got a scanner or whatever. The ones I've seen people talk about. But yeah, it's crazy. Makes you don't want to go nowhere and spend money other than big stores.
Now 5 Investigates has obtained these internal emails showing Ellison's office wanted more. They requested the Ward 5 budget to cover travel expenses, specifically round-trip travel between Minneapolis and Boston, so Ellison could attend city council meetings every other week from August to the end of the year. In response to Ellison's request, the city clerk acknowledged the prestigious program, but said it's a personal professional development opportunity, and travel for this purpose is not allowed.
It's very disconcerting.
We sat down with 2 very engaged Ward 5 residents.
As a retired math teacher, I can't imagine asking my students to pay for me to commute to and from school. We are his constituents.
I also am glad that the city rejected that request.
Ellison has long maintained he can do both, even from afar. But fellow council members kicked him off most committees. Here's what he told our Eric Shalou in September.
You'll certainly see me at council meetings, barring some kind of emergency, but you'll certainly see me at full council.
But our review of council attendance records shows he's missed 5 of the 11 meetings ever since he's accepted that Harvard fellowship. Now, I was at that city council this morning, that meeting, but was only able to talk to Ellison via text message, where he called this story flimsy, a hit piece, and refused to do an interview unless I could prove that this was somehow in the public's interest. By the way, he appeared to defend that request, saying the travel was related to his urban planning related education and urban planning related job. His term ends in January. Live at City Hall, Ryan Raish, 5 Eyewitness News.
Thank you.
Just all over the place. If Daryl's still on and listening, y'all check this out. This is crazy they put past this.
New York City's COPA law that everyone's bitching about, let me tell you how it works. Step one, you have to decide that you're going to sell your building. Hold on, you can't list it publicly yet. Step two, you notify nonprofits to see if they want to buy it. They then have a 30-day window to tell you if they're interested or not. If you don't, it's a $30,000 fine. But here's the bad news. If they are interested, they have up to 120 days to give you an offer. Now, if you don't want to accept that offer, that's when you can put it on the open market. If you put it on the open market and you get an offer that you absolutely love, you then have to offer it back to the city at that same price, causing tremendous delays in the closing process, which inevitably leads to dead deals. If you look at a crash in industry, well, this is the perfect way to do it.
They're trying to stop all them people that said they're moving out, with the new mayors and if you can't sell, you can't get, or they want people to sell to the government, they sell to they voted for that stuff there. I know some didn't, but yeah. The Doomsday Radio in Russia came on yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I don't know if this is got any good signs or nothing. Little pauses. Which usually that song is kind of swan-like, is kind of completion, kind of bringing an ending, I think, if I remember right. But it started hours after the Kremlin pledged retaliation for the assassination attempt on Putin. So, yeah, I don't know. Something might be coming. Here's one of the elites telling us what we already damn know.
This is an extraordinary story. So he was born in a place called the Judengasse, which was a Jewish ghetto, basically. And it was the house that he lived in when he eventually had 13 children was only 14 feet wide. And he lived there with his very, very overpowering and dominant and an incredibly brilliant wife who was called Guttel. He was determined to get out of this ghetto. At nighttime, the ghetto was closed. You weren't allowed to leave. The street was so narrow that no sunlight could penetrate. There was no plumbing. There was no sewage. There was nothing. So everything you can imagine happened in this street. And unsurprisingly, he wanted to get out of there. And he started a small coin business, and that did reasonably well. But actually, and this is where it ties into legacy, his great strength was to send his 5 sons to the capitals of Europe at that time. And what they did is they set up, in effect, the first international banking system. So whereas everyone used to be in separate different countries or separate cities until then, these 5 boys communicated with each other, sometimes by pigeon, and they wrote to each other in Judendeutsche, which was a kind of Yiddish German vernacular. And that is why they were so successful. And this absolute belief in togetherness, you've got to stand together, you've got to work together, you've got to work across borders, you've got to work with rules. And by 1789, when the last one went, to 1815, so a very, very short period of time, it was said that no government or king would consider going to war without the Rothschilds supporting them. because that was how incredibly influential and powerful they had become.
And what, they banked both sides of most wars since that time. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. One guy saying it's open, and then she talking about it's closed. Yeah,
Is there fraud going on here? No, it's a video. I just want to know what's your response. Huh? Get the out of here. What's your response to the allegations? Is there fraud going on here, and is there children? That's all. Don't harass me over here.
We are aware of a video that's being circulated that has gained local and national attention about child care centers in Minnesota. While we have questions about some of the methods that were used in the video, we do take the concerns that the video raises about fraud very seriously. Each of the facilities mentioned in the video has been visited at least once in the last 6 months as part of our typical licensing process. And in fact, our staff are out in the community today to visit each of these sites again so that we can look into the concerns that were raised in the video. So I won't go into any detail about whether or not any of these have any open investigations. I will share that our team was notified that Quality Learning Center closed just over a week ago. And I believe the details that were given at that time were around space concerns. And that's what was shared. The previous one I mentioned that had been closed some time ago was Mako.
They can't even keep their stories straight. Have no idea. Oh, yeah. The EU is announces a partnership. I don't even want to hear this woman's voice. With Uncle Bill to vaccinate 500 million children by 2030. We want to poison 500 million children by 2030. More like it. But I'm not a doctor. This is for entertainment purposes only. As always. This one right here. It's like, what the hell?
This is actually going on right across the country, where children either in nursery, so presumably aged between 3 and 4 years old, but also dozens who are aged under the age of 7 are being suspended or permanently excluded because they have quotes unquote homophobic or transphobic beliefs. 94 pupils have been suspended or permanently excluded for transphobia or homophobia in 2022 to 2023. I am going to talk to parents who saw the news story that landed over the weekend about this toddler incident and said, hang on a minute, this happened to us as well. And they now want to speak out about it. There's also an anecdotal incident that has come to my attention, someone raised it to me, involving race as well, where a young child who was about 4 years old at the time, who was white and blonde, was presented with a series of dolls that they were told to play with by their particular teacher. They were given a doll that was black, and they said, just as a child, oh, I want that one, which was white. They were then reported for racism, and their parents were brought into school to talk about it. And this is really what I want to drill down on. Not just the fact that this is happening right across the country, Martin, but also the fact that it has knock-on effects for parents, because then they start asking questions about, well, where is the child getting this from? What kind of conversations are you having in the home? And before you know it, social services can be involved. Other parents at the school gate start talking about whether or not you're a racist or you're a transphobe, and you're passing these views on to children. For children saying things that are just genuine. For example, one child who was aged about 6 years old, who was a boy, saw that another boy in his class was turning up to school wearing a dress. And they pointed out, as a child might do, Martin, that was a bit different and that they didn't quite understand it. They were reported for not accepting that child's particular gender. The parents were hauled in. And what we're now seeing, as you'll hear later on in my show tonight, is a rise in homeschooling as well, because parents do not want their children to have this inflicted on them. It's a consequence of, as you alluded to there, ramming very hardcore LGBT or woke or race-related issues down the throats.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because kids are going to be kids. Like, they're going to say whatever pops in their head, especially when they're that age. 3 or 4 years old, they're going to ask you whatever. you got a missing tooth, they're gonna ask you why, what happened to your tooth. If you have, whatever, it don't matter what it is. They're just asking questions because that's what little kids do. Freaking acting like kids are transphobic because they ask questions like, wait a minute, little boys don't wear dresses in our house, so what is he doing? What in the hell? Just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I seen this right here back in '85. We all never seen some of these things that went across. There was Feed the World and all that. Well, Live Aid in '85 raised $127 million for famine relief in Ethiopia. But they said actually 95% went to the CIA-backed Liberation Front to purchase weapons, not food. Imagine that. 5% went to the actual people to try to help them out. Surprised that much went to them. Here's an interesting thing right here. I've been looking into a lot of Freemason stuff and all that. Templars. Freemasons are seeking injunction there in the UK. They're actually looking to a new metropolitan police policy that would require them to disclose their membership in the organization. And yeah, so I thought it was this music. Well, I hadn't clicked on it. Yeah, police officials say anyone who is or has been or part of the organization that requires members to support and protect one another must declare. So they actually going to find out who all the Freemasons are? I don't see that. Something's going to give there. They ain't letting that happen.
And as you can see, it's pretty huge. It's the entire Middle East. It extends from the Nile to the Euphrates.
Yeah, what does China know about the Greater Israel?
In Iraq, okay? It's a huge area. And if you say the Israelis want to achieve the Greater Israel Project, they call you a conspiracy theorist. Like, we don't want that, okay? But explain two things to me. First of all, why is the Greater Israel map on a chevron of an IDF soldier, okay? These are soldiers, Israeli soldiers, and they wear the insignia of the Greater Israel Project, okay? This is the map. Also, if you look at the flag of Israel, there are two blue lines, right? These represent rivers, the Nile and the Euphrates, all right? So if it's a conspiracy theory, then how do you explain these two things? All right, but I want to argue to, you know what? Pax Judaica, it's not about Israel or the Greater Israel Project. What it is ultimately is an alliance of transnational capital, multinationals like Google and Meta, and intelligence agencies that will be based in Jerusalem, okay? So secret societies will be based in Jerusalem, and they will use it as a headquarters for their global conspiracy. But and they will profit from chaos and conflict around the world because they think that this is the culmination of the prophecy. But it doesn't necessarily mean that Jews will be in charge. Okay, does that make sense, guys? Okay, so it's a much more complicated idea than people think it is. All right, so where do we get this stupid idea from? Okay, it actually starts with Isaac Newton. So Isaac Newton, you learn about him in physics class, you learn that he's the founder of calculus, you learn about Newtonian mechanics, okay? But actually, these are just side projects of his. That was not his focus. He spent most of his life focusing on reading the Bible to understand the grand plan of God. And he wrote a book called Observations upon the Prophecy of Daniel and the Apocalypse of St. John, okay? That's where his focus was. And he believed he found the Bible code. And he was a member of secret societies. He was a member of the British elite. And if someone like Isaac Newton is telling you, like, this is what the Bible says, and this guy who found a calculus and who developed the 3 laws of motion, you'll probably believe him.
Just leave that there. I won't even deep dive into that, but it's
This is the Greater Israel Project.
stop that. How much more I got on here? Man, I still got a lot of stuff on here. United States did its first land strike against Venezuela. Woohoo! Well, Netanyahu right there. I won't play that video because I know I'm gonna get dinged. I thought about it. More on that COPA. The I Stand with Israel crowd right here. That's crazy. Fucking bots. Yeah, the president of UN. She couldn't answer unscripted questions. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, here we go. I do want to play this one.
Even make this stuff up.
I want you to know that I'm signing now, as we speak, Israel's official recognition of Somaliland and its right of self-determination.
Basically, Netanyahu took an existing country, Somalia, and cut out a big portion of it to create his own puppet country, Somaliland, right there in the Horn of Africa. This is a very strategic area which he wants for a military base to go and attack Yemen, so that Israel has the ability to secure cargo ships going up and down from the Suez Canal. This also expands their agriculture ability, international trade with oversight of a key world shipping lane, influence over yet another Muslim country, and expands their military reach. Don't forget, too, that one time they even considered deporting Palestinians to this area. Sadly, Netanyahu keeps winning, the great noticing continues, and Netanyahu really is on some world domination stuff here. The world's worst supervillain.
Oh, yeah. Me after 3 beers on the Christmas.
Who do you want next? Fuck Macron. Fuck all globalists. Fuck all these motherfucking globalists. They're trying to push a political and corrupt agenda. If you want about politics and economy, I advise you, read Why Democracy, the God that failed us. Hans Hermann Hope. And I hope you understand that democracy is a fallacy. Democracy is not the real government. So please read Hans Hope and understand why the world is going crazy like that today. Thank you so much, French. Paris is fucking beautiful. And who do you want next?
Okay, he's not my mic. Yeah, I actually got to talk some conspiracies during Christmas myself, so good times. Let's see. More of the healthcare. The EU moved to the digital euro on December 24th. Just like in 1913, they pushed the Federal Reserve Act while Congress was sleeping, and most of them were asleep and weren't even there. And while we were celebrating Christmas, same playbook. No, I'm scrolling through a little fast. I'm kind of, Operation Sea Spray, if y'all hadn't heard of that. It's where they sprayed San Francisco bacteria to see what it would do. But no, they would never do that.
How far it goes, a mock attack from enemies we in nine.
I forget there's a. I shouldn't get deducted on this song. It's actually a pretty good song.
In 1950, off the Golden Gate, a Navy ship sailed quiet, sealing someone's fate. They pumped the fog with secrets, red as blood could be. So Rachel and Marcia sends, drifting on the sea. They called it just a test to see how far it goes. A mock attack from enemies we didn't even know. Sea spray, falling from the sky. They said it was harmless, but someone had to die. 100,000 breathed in that week so cold. Secrets in the midst, the story left untold. If they hit it then, in the name of defense, what falls upon us now pays the consequence. Who pays the consequence? From ships with giant hoses, clouds of bacteria rose over San Francisco where the Pacific wind blows. Nearly every soul inhaled 5,000 or more, while monitors watch silent from the shore. They thought it's safe, this pigment bright and red, but hospitals filled with fever in their bed. Oh, sea spray, falling from the sky. They said it was harmless, but someone had to die. 100,000 breathed in that week so cold. Secrets in the midst, the story left untold. If they hit it then, in the name of defense, what falls upon us now? Who pays the consequence? Who pays the consequence? Terror 11 caught the infection, rare as it could be. One grandfather lost to the heart's eternity. Edward Nevin's gone and the truth locked away till 76 when the paper saw the day. Yeah, Stanford wards in autumn, infections hard to treat. Urinary tracts and pneumonia in the street. No other hospital saw the sudden spike, but the army said coincidence, nothing more alike. A lawsuit came later, but justice turned its back. The shadows of the Cold War covered up the track. They sprayed it over cities from coast to coast. They tried hundreds of simulations where the people never cried, cause no one ever told them what was in the air. Trust the man in uniform, they said it wasn't there. Oh, they said it wasn't there. Oh, they said it wasn't there. Oh, said it wasn't there. Oh, sea spray, echoes through the years, a warning in the wind, feeding all our fears if they didn't tell us then. In the fog so gray, what convinces us we're safe in the skies today? Look up, what secrets do they hide? The mist rolls in again on the turning tide.
Crazy. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oopsie. I had a thought in my head and then it went to poop. I got a bunch of other crazy stuff. Bah. I could show, but I don't want to. I don't want to. Some feel good stuff.
You know what she said to me?
These kids. Got my own little handshake. He's like, oh. Knocked them down.
Every night.
Little one's trying to come play soccer. So look at the ref gave him a red flag. This one's pretty cool. This little kid's gonna remember this forever.
My dad took me to my first game, and this happened.
shot.
Oh my God, man. Was that crazy or what? What just happened? Oh my gosh. Son, what just happened?
That's so awesome.
That's crazy.
It's only 4 touchdowns. That's it.
Oh my God.
Just 4 touchdowns. That's it.
My dad took me to my first.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. That's cool that player to do that. Seen that little kid and knew that was making his day, make his probably life. For many years, he's gonna look back on that. Ah, dog it. What am I doing here? I'm doing.
Let me tell you. Girl, you my little boo thing.
I know that song gonna get me booted. Them little doggone things. I swear they don't look real, but they are. With them big ol' eyes. Yeah, I hate some of the videos it's got a cool song and stuff, but it's just like, man, why do y'all do that? Because you're gonna get me. $300? I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt they are $300. If you have a cat, this is how you relieve stress. The cat's like, what the hell? So even birds are tired of this shit. But are they really real? I don't even remember saving this video. Oh no, that's because it's in the post. I was gonna say I don't remember saying about that. This is pretty funny. All them kids with that 6'7" crazy stuff.
I think Nikki Collins said, don't miss these now. Here we go. Here we go.
The screams are increasingly getting louder.
Here we go.
She got to laugh on the free throw line.
Talia Scott. 6, 7.
Nobody can tell you what the hell that is. Oh hell.
In Wilmore and Kemah, Texas. He didn't
This is kind of cool. I let the video play. I had to turn the volume up on it.
Shaquille O'Neal met 24-year-old Jordan Wilmore in Kemah, Texas. He didn't expect to meet his match.
I actually found out about him through jealousy. I thought I was the tallest, handsomest cop in the world.
Shaq, who has several law enforcement titles himself, learned about Wilmore's quest to become an officer and wanted to know more.
On this, because it's commendable that a kid wants to be a cop. I love cops.
Back in September, Steve Hartman shared the story of how Wilmore was encouraged to pursue basketball his whole life because of his height.
It was hard for me to share like my dreams or, you know, the stuff I wanted to do growing up because it was, well, you just got to focus on basketball because it can make you millions.
If you got a phone call tomorrow, the NBA, $1 million, or stay here and be a cop in Texas.
Stay here. You want to think about it? No. I'll stay here.
But after completing the police academy, Wilmore fell short of passing the state exam by 1 point. So Shaq jumped in to help Wilmore rebound. He agreed to pay for Wilmore's expenses for the next 5 months so he can focus on the exam.
I let him know that he had my full support. So I'm going to be on you, brother. Make sure you get it done.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Shaq gonna. So you don't have to work. That'd be hard if you try to study for a thing, work 2 jobs, and do all that. That must have been rough. You see, I shared this on my deal. This is pretty cool. The real Forrest Gump.
This guy beat elite ultramarathon runners as a 61-year-old potato farmer. This is the story of Australia's real Forrest Gump. He didn't look like a runner. He wasn't, not professionally. But in 1983, he showed up to a 543-mile ultramarathon across Australia. A 61-year-old potato farmer with a secret. He used to herd sheep across 2,000 acres, sometimes for days, without stopping. So after 18 hours of running into the race, the pros stopped to sleep. He didn't know you were supposed to, so he didn't. He ran for 5 days straight and won by over 10 hours, beating the previous course record by almost 2 full days. This is Cliff Young. This guy beat elite...
I forgot to put the music off. Another one, I wish they hadn't put the music in the background, whatever. But yeah, that's... What the hell? Ran for 5 days straight? What the shit? That's a man right there. I saw this was kind of cool. I'd be worried about him, though. That's a cool idea, let him go out there and weed your garden for you. But I'd be worried about hawks or something come down and snatch one of my guinea pigs up. But they sure made a short work of that damn. They weren't messing around. Yeah, I'll be worried about him getting hurt, though. So every artist needs a muse. Help it. Quotation marks, quotation marks.
Sometimes I feel like your voice just kicks in, reminding me I don't have the strength to keep in.
Pretty impressive.
So bad, look at what you did. Now I just collect the pieces of what is left.
I don't know, I'll be able to keep focused and paint all
Now
that.
you got enough to hurt, saying that our love is done, and embrace her in your arms, but it's cold.
And if y'all shed a little tear on this one, it's okay. It's okay. This place is where a dog chooses you instead. You don't go to the kennel and you pick a dog or animal. They come to you and find you. This is pretty cool, awesome little concept.
She chose the fire. Wow, you picked the biggest guy. Look.
That's a pretty cool concept. It's pretty cool. Oh hell.
To each their own.
Let me restart this. Would you do this for your animal, for your kitties?
I am wearing a massive scarf inside. I don't care. I got it yesterday. I bloody love it. Anyway, it's another one where the comments are even better than the video itself. Take a look.
Like my cat's breakfast with me, Oscar and I are actually eating from matching chargers this morning. Sushi grade salmon sashimi. Our chef also made Oscar this tuna bone broth blend, which smells like a stinky sock, but to each their own. Soft boiled quail eggs. I'm just gonna give him one because Oscar's also a little bit overweight. I don't know if these eggs are really hard to peel or if I'm just really bad at it. I think it's the latter. We have some salmon roe caviar for seasoning. I'm not going to put too much of it because I don't want to overwhelm him.
You're overwhelming the kitty.
Freeze-dried codfish, which I'm just going to sprinkle. Oscar's not going to eat these, but for presentation, we have some edible flowers. I always put a blueberry in his plate so he could play around with it after he's done. Not happy staring at him eat from the window.
Told my cat this is AI. I too refrain from putting too much caviar on my cat's breakfast to ensure he doesn't get overwhelmed. I showed this to my dog and he meowed. If I were Oscar, I would be overweight too. My cat just asked if we're poor. Her cat, purr. My cat, paw. I swear I thought she was talking about her husband. You'd think. Told my cat not to believe everything on social media. Caviar for seasoning. It's just like praise hands, high fives. My dog just asked if he can be your cat. I love the personification of all these animals. Again, my cat just put himself into adoption. Again. I'm glad cats cannot use social media. I'm not going to put too much of it because I don't want to overwhelm him. Proceeds to put more on than I've had in my whole life. Is Oscar single? Oscar. I refrain from putting caviar on my cat's plate so that my credit card doesn't get overwhelmed. It's the overwhelm for me. This is my favorite. My cat's.
You were snorting.
My cat sent me this. It reminds me of when I send my husband stuff just really passive aggressively. Oh, stop. General public. Brilliant. Just love it. That's it. Oh, just love them. Until next time. See you later. Don't ever stop sending them. Bye.
I played this Sunday.
I think this one fits. It's not the way it looks in the instructions, Harold. I think that's part B2. Where's A5? This is ridiculous. Where are the words? Not your left, my left.
What's your left then? Oh, God.
It's like they want you to fail.
Hello? What's this?
Can I go over the middle? You try turning it clockwise?
I've never seen a clock, mate. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ah! All right. Let's give it a go then. I think this one fits.
I played this one too yesterday. I mean Sunday. If the ones that don't know, on Sundays we're doing a paranormal, non-political, more Bigfoot, less Trump show. So if y'all want to come check it out, James sits in with me. I know we're gonna have special guests coming up. I got people booked. It's gonna be cool. We got people booked for. It's wild. Next 2 Wednesdays, we got people booked, and then we got Sundays. It's working on getting more and more. It's feel blessed to have people want to, so many different people want to come on and stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't let a Ouija board in my house like I told James last night. But yeah. This is pretty cool. Lady's husband's blind, so she shows him on his back, what's going on in the game and where their son is. That's pretty cool. So, he wanted to make sure he was there for his son, and plus she's doing that for he can understand what's going on. Oh, this is good.
What's wrong? Okay. What? What's wrong? Yeah? Make it move yourself. Why do I have to make it move?
There's got to be some hellation noise in the middle of the night. Oh, this is pretty funny.
Oh, hell asmedim, sevdalarımı yüreğime gizledim. Gelir diye yollarım gözledim. Ölesiye asmedim.
I think he is zoomed in on it. Always just enjoying it. Pretty cool. We got a bunch of Christmas cards and stuff there. Bunch of Amazon boxes. Oh, this is pretty cool. Little girl's blind. They got her.
Open the box. There you go.
Bread. They got her all the Harry Potter books.
Their breath.
Well, what is it?
Oh.
Heavy, huh?
Harry Potter. And the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a real Harry Potter book!
You bet it is, sis! You do! Oh my gosh, you can, sis! Guess what? You have every single Harry Potter book in Braille now. Are you so excited? You do!
What do you say? Thank you!
You bet!
Okay,
I reach out there.
Okay.
Look at my thing. It looks like.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Feel better? In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
I know some people. I mean, I'm gonna get some holy water and throw on.
Feel better?
This owl.
And back on the tree.
That'd be
If
crazy.
you fly a little bit lower, you would see the door open, but I need a picture of that.
Oh, yeah. Look at that guy.
That is too funny.
He's like,
This is the perfect spot.
He's like on top of the tree making pizza.
They better not have no animals around it, no cats or nothing. I'll mess them up.
Poor little guy's all stuck. Oh, there he goes.
There you go.
I got more gloom, doom, BS to talk about, but I ain't gonna do it. It's New Year's Eve. I appreciate y'all. It's almost New Year's Eve. I wasn't expecting to go this long. As always, whatever. As always, I appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate y'all listening. Yeah, Matt's out. It was a 1 year con there in people's house. Appreciate you being here tonight. Let me adjust here. And like I said, as always, I appreciate everybody being here, listening to like tonight is me, listening to me ramble and talk and put in my 2 cents. Check out all the links in the description and all that good stuff. We're gonna, if you're on Rumble, I'm about to send you. We're going to go say hi to a friend of mine on Rumble. We're gonna raid. We're gonna do some raiding on Rumble. So I got it already pulled up and everything. I see how fast it goes now, so I'll play more of the music, in outro a little bit. So hang out if you're in the chat on Rumble. We're gonna go say hi to. I'll go and say hi to them for a second. And like I said, I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all check out the merch. We got special guests coming next Sunday and Wednesday. We got special guests coming both days. It's gonna be fun. Sunday, I'm not sure what we're going to talk about. God only knows, but it's non-political, cryptids, conspiracy, Templars. Who knows? Wednesday is going to be about Bigfoot. So there's going to be lots of videos, pictures of footprints, firsthand experiences, and stuff like that. It sounds pretty cool. Sounds like the guest has a whole lot of experience. And then I know for sure we got the following Wednesday on the 14th we have Scott Helmer coming, and he's got an amazing. I hope all y'all come for that. He has an amazing story of overcoming being on the very bottom. I'm gonna let him tell this story. But please, if you know people, especially somebody's kind of down or anything like that, get them come on the 14th for sure. If they don't watch any other show, I hope they come see Scott, because his story is absolutely amazing, and what he battled back from, and how he came so close of not being here, and then in turn has helped so many people. So we're going to have him on the 14th, and just like I said, we got some more kind of lining out. Got working on schedule details, so we got a few more coming too. So as always, like I said, I can ramble here all night, but I appreciate y'all. We're gonna, like I said, rumble chat, hang out. I got it pulled up. We're gonna go say hi to Algo. And as always, y'all keep on keeping on, and we're gonna hit this outro.
Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I sit down with Big Brother. Don't like those RFIDs. Got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny. I got the blues about my freedom. Got the blues about tyranny. I sat down with Big Brother and the national ID. Don't want a chip in my wallet, chip in my car. And if I want to travel, it's nobody's business how far. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I said shame on Big Brother, always tracking and tracing me. Don't want a chip in my mother, chip in my wife, a chip in my babies. Stay out of our life. Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I sat down with Big Brother, no more slavery. Play it for me, baby.
Now, do you want a chip in your forehead, a chip in your arm, always tweaking your brain and causing you harm? Don't want no shackles. Don't want no shackles on me. I sit down with Big Brother in the good old USA. I sat down with Big Brother. 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 Don't want a spot chip in me. Everybody. I sat down with Big Brother. 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 It's all about liberty.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.